Nope, that's not what I meant to do. Nope. Share. I do this like every day. Why am I acting like it's the first time I did it? Share. Share. Hey, friend. Say hi. Yo, my eyes. Okay, something just fell in my bathroom. All right. All shared out on Facebook. Let's go to Instagram. Okay. Right. Hey, friends. Give me a quick second. All right. First quarter review. Hey, friends. Hello. Happy Tuesday. Um, Hi, Olivia Benson. All right, guys. Today we are abandoning our usual format. Hi, A Dope Dream. We usually do stories, but today, hey, Cheryl. Today was a little light on the story side, so I thought that this was the perfect time to just review what we've been covering lesson-wise over the last 3 months since the beginning of January. We're coming up on the close of March already in 2021. So I just wanted to do a quarterly review with y'all over, the topics that we've been covering for the last 3 months, and see if you guys have any questions that have come up. We're going to be talking about, business entities. We're going to be talking about EIN numbers and DUNS numbers. And this is going to be your chance to, ask any questions that you might have. So, if you've got any business questions, tonight's the night to ask, okay? Why is this not working? Okay.
Natasha Ice, FaceTime video.
I am on the TV. Okay. Okay. All right. So we're getting started in 1 minute. Give me a moment to get myself together. So tonight is going to be a review of the topics that we've been covering for the last 3 months. They're important topics that you need to know. I have divided the entire year of 2021 up into 12 different topics that we're going to be covering. This is a good time to just refresh ourselves. All right. So at 8:05, we're going to start. Make sure that you send this out to your friends and family, anybody that you know needs this info. Ooh, let me say hi to my parents and Joey. And all my family and friends who watch. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you to my viewers as well. You guys are all awesome. All right. So it is 7 o'clock. It's 8:05. So we're getting started. Okay. All right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Welcome to NPL Legal Dish. This is my Monday through Wednesday live broadcast where I teach business and legal concepts using pop culture and celebrity news. If this is your first time seeing my face or hearing my voice, I'm Natalie Pierre-Lewis. I'm the host of the show and I'm the owner and operator of NPL Consulting LLC, a business formation firm. What that means is I help people like yourself get your business paperwork together. So things like making sure you have EIN numbers and DUNS numbers, getting your articles of incorporation, brand protection strategies, making sure you have contracts for partners and clients, and hiring and training strategies so you don't get sued for discrimination. I help you do all of these things. If you're wondering how I'm qualified to help you do those things, I'm a licensed attorney, have been one for 15 years and counting with a specialization in business formation. I've started multiple businesses for myself and others. I've had many careers in the realms of entrepreneurship, the law, education, hospitality, and administrative support. And most important, I'm very passionate about making business and legal education as accessible to everyone as possible. Not everybody has the time, the money, or the desire to go to business school. Hey, Margaret, to business school or to law school, but a lot of you have amazing business ideas. And if you're going to be successful, there are just some things that you need to know. There's no way around it, all right? So that's why I'm here. So if you are in the startup phase of your business, you just started and you're like, hey, somebody help me. Or if you just have a business idea and you don't know where to go and you're like, hey, somebody help me. Or if you've been in business for a while and you need some structure and you're like, hey, somebody help me. I'm the person that's going to help you, okay? Go to Linktree/MPL Consulting Firm and book yourself a free 15-minute consultation if you are a first-time client. If you are not a first-time client, you can always book the Talk to Me Tuesday session where you get 25 minutes for $25, or book a full 1-hour session. As well at Linktree/NPL Consulting Firm. You can download my free Biz Launch cheat sheet that will help you choose and start your dream business in 7 days or less. And at Linktree/NPL Consulting Firm is where you can access many of my digital products like video trainings. Like this month, we're focusing on DUNS numbers, but it's also where you can get my business entities ebook, and you can also get my EIN workshop. We're going to be talking about all that today. Linktree/NPL Consulting Firm is also where you can subscribe to the YouTube channel and the podcast. So if you ever miss a live broadcast, you can watch at your leisure whenever you can, or listen at your leisure. And last but not least, Linktree/NPL Consulting Firm is where I forgot to bring down my cup. It's where you can get the show merch, the t-shirts, the mugs. You want them. They cute. Get yours, okay? But yeah. So that is enough of me shilling my wares. Let's get to the reason why we're here tonight. So tonight, guys, we are doing something a little bit different. As you can see, the title of the show is First Quarter Review. Now, before we go into that, I want to explain to if someone's watching who hasn't watched before, here's what usually happens. Usually, what I do is I collect stories from a variety of places, including from you guys. You give me story ideas, and I pull ones that have lessons that we can learn as business owners, and we discuss them. You guys, you give me your questions and comments. I ask you questions. It's a whole big discussion group, right? But today we're doing something a little bit different. If you have noticed, since the beginning of the year, I have broken up each month into a specific topic that we are talking about. So today, since we are coming near the end of quarter one, I thought it was a good time to do a first quarter review of the things that we have been talking about in terms of lessons for business and, concepts for business formation, and just to give you a chance to ask any questions that maybe have come up in that time. All right. So, get your pens, get your papers, have your ears open, because I'm going to be asking you questions as well. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. All right. But that's what we're going to be doing today. We are doing a first quarter review. I'm very excited about it. And if any of the information, is you need some more help on, I will also, be providing you the products that can help you with that. All right. So let's get started. The three topics that we are going to be covering for our first quarter review are who remembers what we talked about in January? If you remember what we talked about in January, please put it in the comments. Okay. If you remember what we talked about last month, February, give me that one too. And then give me what we have been talking about this month. So we're going to start with the very basics. Who remembers the first topic we talked about in January? 76 Grim K. Hey, girl. Okay, Cheryl, we did talk about EIN numbers in February. Yes, Margaret, types of business entities. That is the first thing that we talked about at the top of 2021. January was business entities. February, Cheryl, was EIN numbers. And this month, what are we talking about, y'all? What are we talking about? What are we talking about? What are we talking about this month? So we got business entities, we got EIN numbers, and we got what else? First quarter review. Yes. Business entities, January, February, EINs. And third, yes, thank you, Cheryl. DUNS numbers is for March. All right. So we are starting off our review at the beginning. We are going to do a quick review of our 6, count them 6, business entities. Thank y'all for putting those answers in the box, okay? Now, why do you need to know what a business entity is? Business entities, depending on the ones you pick, they give you different types of protections. Some business entities give you limited liability versus unlimited liability. Limited liability means if your business is sued, only, your business structure can be sued. All right. But we're going to quickly review the 6 types of business entities and then categorize them into limited or unlimited liability. Okay, so the first 2 business entities that we are talking about have unlimited liability. This means that these business entities, they do not protect your personal assets if you set your business up in these formats, right? So if somebody sues your business, they also sue you, and they can come after your personal items. And these 2 business entities are sole proprietorships and partnerships. A sole proprietorship is one person operating. You don't even really need to file that much paperwork. You can just use your social security number. And if you feel like it, file a DBA with the state. It's an easy business entity because there's pretty much no paperwork, but again, you have unlimited liability. So, if you're a plumber, out here operating as an independent plumber, High With Care Creative, and you have a sole proprietorship, and let's say you mess up on the plumbing and someone's house gets flooded, they'll sue you personally and they'll come after your things. Whereas if you have, I'm a plumber corporation or I'm a plumber LLC, they'll have to sue the business as opposed to you. Okay, so that's sole proprietorship. And partnerships are pretty much the same thing as a sole proprietorship, except that you have 2 people involved. Also, with a partnership, you can have general partners and limited partners, and that depends on how you set it up. General partners, they get the full unlimited liability. Limited partners are only liable up to what they have invested in the business. All right, but overall, sole proprietorships and partnerships do not provide you any type of asset protection. They are unlimited liability business entities. All right. Okay. So do we understand sole proprietorships and partnerships? If we do, give me a thumbs up so we can move into the unlimited liability formats. Okay. Give me a thumbs up if we understand sole proprietorships and partnerships so we can move on to the limited liability formats. All right. Ooh, they got a helicopter outside. These helicopters have been crazy. All right. I'm going to assume that the thumbs are coming. I don't want to leave too much silence, and we have a lot to cover tonight. All right. Okay. So we've talked about the unlimited liability. Thank you for the thumbs up, Margaret. We're moving on to the limited liability business formats. Thank you, 76 Grimke. Thank you, Cheryl. The first business entity that provides you limited liability is one of my favorites. It's the limited liability company, or the LLC. Limited liability companies, I like them because they're easy and they give you a lot of protection for not a lot of work, right? An LLC, it's a great business format for a business being started by maybe about 3 or 4 people. Anything more than that, you really want to start thinking about a corporation. But it creates a kind of, hey, Nessie time, it creates a kind of shield between your personal assets and your business assets, which means that if someone sues your business, as long as you get your paperwork set up right, they can't come after your personal assets. Now, some of the things that you need to do to make sure that things are separate is, set up a separate bank account, get your articles of incorporation with the state, getting your application. Thank you. Making sure you have your EIN number, making sure that you have your business bank account and you're not commingling your funds. All right. So limited liability is the first, and I think the easiest limited liability business entity that you can form to protect your personal assets when you're going into business. Okay. And the next three that we're talking about, they are all corporations, but they are different kinds of corporations, okay? So the first type of corporation that we're talking about is a conventional corporation, also known as a C Corp. A C Corp has or a corporation in general is considered a legal person in the eyes of the law. Like, they can sue and be sued in their own name. There are a lot of people benefits that a corporation gets, right? But again, a corporation, there are three main types. You have your C Corp. Your C Corp, you can have unlimited investors. You and excuse me, and that's a plus. But one of the disadvantages is that conventional corporations, they are taxed twice. I'm not a tax person, so I can't really get into that, but I know that conventional corporations, they do have to they do go through a double taxation, because the corporation is taxed and then proceeds are taxed to whoever is paid out. All right. But corporations are a great way to really provide some ironclad protection between your personal assets and your business assets. And one of the things, the differences between an LLC and a corporation is that, you have to hold quarterly meetings, you have to have a board of directors, all that has to be on paper, and this paperwork has to be submitted. So corporations do require a little bit more maintenance than an LLC does, okay? But those are C Corps. Then moving on to S Corps. S Corps, they are controlled by Subchapter S of the IRS code. You can only have it. You can have a max of 75 investors in an S Corp. And all of your investors have to be United States citizens. So you cannot have foreign investors for an S Corp. Okay. And just like a C Corp, you have to, file your board meetings and things like that. But unlike a C Corp, an S Corp is only taxed once. Again, you're going to want to find an accountant or, someone who's good with numbers to explain that part. I can just give you a very broad overview. And then the last corporation that we are talking about is a B Corporation. These are fairly new. They came about in the 90s. And these are corporations that have a social goal as well as a monetary one. They may be concerned about, being environmentally responsible, or, different types of things. But they B Corps, they get extra tax breaks, but they are also subject to a lot of scrutiny. They get examined every couple of years to make sure, that everything is up to par, and that, if they're getting these tax breaks, they're actually doing the things that they're supposed to do. All right. So that was a quick overview of the 6 types of business entities. We had sole proprietorships, partnerships, LLCs, C Corps, S Corps, and B Corps. All right. Are we good on the business entities? Do we have any questions on the 6 business entities I just covered? Because after this, we're going to move on to EIN numbers, okay? All right. If we're good on business entities, just put good in the comments. If you have some questions on any of the business entities I covered, ask your question, all right? I'm going to give you like 90 seconds to get that in. But in the meantime, for those of you who may have just come in, you are watching NPL Legal Dish. This is my Monday through Wednesday live broadcast where I teach business and legal concepts using pop culture and celebrity news. Today is a special episode. We are doing a first quarter review over the topics that we have covered since the top of the year. All right. But if you are in the startup phase of your business and you need some legal guidance, hit up your girl. Go to Linktree/NPL Consulting Firm and book your free 15-minute consultation today if you're a first-time client. All right. I have a good from 76 Grimke. Anybody else good, or are we still waiting for questions? I'm going to assume that we're waiting for questions because I don't see any more goods. So I'm going to give y'all the chance to type those in. And after we answer those questions, we're going to be moving on to EIN numbers. Okay. All right. Okay. I don't see any questions coming in. So I'm going to assume that y'all are driving or, you're multitasking. All right. So let's move on to our next topic. So we covered business entities in January. In February, we moved on to EIN numbers. Can anybody tell me what EIN Oh, hold on. We have a question from Margaret. Margaret said, "Are articles generic for all LLCs?" No, Margaret, because when you're filing for your LLC, you have to go to your state government website to get the application. And every state has, the form that they have. Some states, their process is completely online. It's not even a paper. It's something that, a computer program. And some states, they have their designated application. So it really depends what your state, where you're located, what they have on file. Okay. So I hope that answered your question. Okay. So we're moving on to EIN numbers. Who can tell me what EIN stands for? Do y'all know? If you know, tell me. If you don't, give me a thumbs down. If you don't know what EIN stands for, give me a thumbs down. Give me a thumbs down. But if you do know what it stands for, give me a thumbs up. Awesome. Glad I answered that for you, Margaret. Hey. Wait. What's the F for, Margaret? Y'all so quiet over here. Instagram, what happened? Unless you're driving. You can't remember? Okay. EIN stands for Employer Identification Number. Okay. So in EIN, it's very important for your business. Your EIN number, it is your business's social security number. Think about all of the things. It's okay. Think about all of the things that you need your social security number for, right? And apply that to your business. You need an EIN number for a lot of things. You need an EIN number. Well, first, what it is, it's an identification number for the government. So they're like, oh, this number, that's so-and-so's business, right? And the purpose of the EIN number, it does a lot of things. If you want to file taxes for your business, you need an EIN number. If you need to pay your employees of your business, you need an EIN number. For starting to build business credit, having an EIN number is one of the things that you need to start, establishing your business credit. EIN numbers, they give you that credibility so you don't have to use your personal, your personal social security number. Because a lot of you ask me about business credit, and getting it. And it's easier to build business credit for your business if it's new than, trying to, if your personal credit isn't so great, then, trying to fix that up and then, doing all this. So having an EIN number puts you in place to start building credit for your business on its own, right? So yeah, an EIN number, it's really important. Who can tell me what are some of the things that you need, that you use your social security for, that you think that an EIN number is also going to be used for? Do that, and then I'm going to tell you a couple of tidbits about the EIN number. So one of the things I want you to, you know what? Hold on. Before we even do that, if you have any questions about the business entities we covered, make sure that you pick up my business entities ebook. The link is in my, at linktree/NPL consulting firm. Okay. Now, going back to the EIN number, what was I saying? Oh yeah, the things that I wanted you to know. An EIN number, it is totally free for you to apply. It is free as long as you know how to apply. You apply for an EIN number at on the IRS website, right? And you can apply Monday through Friday between 7 a.m. and 10 a.m. And 10 p.m. Nessie Time said she uses her EIN number for wholesale vendors. Okay, so that's another reason when you're getting supplies, they're like, hey girl, we want to know if you're a legitimate business. You tell them Nessie Time, that's right. All right. So EIN numbers are very important. Think about all the things that you use your social security number for, and there's usually an EIN equivalent, okay? Yes, Margaret Massey, you ID the business. It identifies your business. So EIN numbers are very, very important. All right. Nope, that's the next thing we're talking about, 76 Grimke. But thank you for that intro. We are the next thing we've been talking about. Again, this is the quarterly review. We are now in the month of March. We've been talking about DUNS numbers. I like to call DUNS numbers the business passport because it gets you into places your EIN number is not going to do. And 76 Grimke, y'all know she's an unofficial writer for the show. She already gave us one of the important things that you need a DUNS number for. My people who make products that you want to get in big box stores like Target, like Costco, Walgreens, whatever, all that stuff, you're going to need a DUNS number. What is a DUNS number? A DUNS number is an identification number that is provided by the company Dun & Bradstreet that basically tracks your business's financial transactions all over the world. It builds credit history for your business. It also provides a vendor history for your business. So if Target is interested in stocking your things in their store, they can look and see, has this person done supplying for another store? What was their, history with them? So DUNS numbers are very important. DUNS numbers also help you, are necessary for you to start establishing business credit. They're necessary for you to get a business loan. If you have an app that you want to get into the iOS space, you need a DUNS number to get into the Apple iOS space. And DUNS numbers up until last year were also used for federal contracts, but the government has basically created their own identification number called the SAMI number. So DUNS numbers are no longer used for, bidding on federal contracts, but they are still used. They're still necessary for iOS apps. They are still necessary for business credit. They're still necessary to be, a vendor for a big box store. They are still necessary for business loans. You also need a DUNS number sometimes to open a business bank account along with your operating agreement. The bank wants to know that you are fully functional, right? So you got to have your paperwork in order. DUNS numbers, like EIN numbers, are free to get as long as you know how to apply for them, all right? Again, they are provided by a company called Dun & Bradstreet. And, they've been in business for a long time. They are a trusted worldwide, basically, credit bureau for businesses. All right. Those were the three things that we've covered for the first quarter: business entities, EIN numbers, and DUNS numbers. If you have questions about any of these three topics that we have covered, right? You guys know that I love digital products. I have my business entities ebook. All of the links are going to be at linktree/NPL Consulting Firm. The business entities ebook is only $9.97. All right. If you need an EIN number and you don't know how to apply for one, and you want someone to teach you how to apply for one, I do have a video training on getting EIN numbers. I'm not selling you an EIN number like some attorneys do. Some attorneys, they'll charge you $75 to $125, apply for the EIN number, and not even show you. For my price, not only do I show, I show you how to apply for the EIN number. So you not only see how I do it, you can do it yourself, because most entrepreneurs, you're going to start multiple businesses, so you're going to need multiple EIN numbers. Okay. So you can go to linktree/NPL Consulting Firm and pick up the EIN number training. And the DUNS number, I also have a training on that. Teaching you how to apply for the DUNS number. If you don't know how to apply, I take you straight to the website. We go through all of the options. I explain what all of, the buttons mean, everything like that. So you can pick up that as well at linktree/NPL Consulting Firm, so that you can get on your way to building your business credit history. And speaking of business credit, yes, you guys ask me about business credit all the time. I am not a business credit expert. However, I am an affiliate for Biz Credit Movement. It is a Black-owned business credit establishment company. They help to, get your business credit going. If you sign up with them for their business credit program, you get 10 to 20% off of any of my services. You can go find them at bizcreditmovement.net. Okay. So that was what I wanted to do today. I just wanted to do, a rough overview of what we've covered for the next 3 months. For the last 3 months. As we move on, in April, May, June, we're going to be moving on to some meatier stuff. We're going to be talking about contracts. We're going to be talking about intellectual property. So I want you guys to stay tuned, get your notebooks, write your notes. We're getting into the heavy stuff, starting in April, but, we're going to be starting not April 1st, but like the second week of April, because I'm going on vacation next week. I am finally going to see my family. We're going to be meeting up at an undisclosed location. I ain't telling y'all where I'm going. I'll send y'all pictures though. So I will not be here next week. We will not have a Wednesday show. And then the week after that, we will have no show because I will be away. Okay. So, but we'll be starting our new unit after I get back from vacation the second week of April. Okay. But we will have a show Monday and Tuesday. So I'll be back tomorrow night. We'll have actual stories since we've done our first quarter review. Make sure you join me here at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And like 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I believe, Nessie time. And I'll have the stories for you. But if you guys have any questions on what we've covered so far, I'm going to give y'all 2 minutes to ask your questions about EIN numbers or DUNS numbers. If you don't have questions, we can break for tonight. I want you guys to take care of yourselves. Y'all, I'm trying to get this vaccine, quick as possible so I can, enjoy my summer. Is anybody else planning on taking the vaccine? While we wait for you guys to write in your questions, let me know. I had my reservations about it, but multiple people I know and trust have taken it, so I want to go hug my parents and my sister. All right, so I think we're good. I'm gonna leave y'all here. Have a good night. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.